Speaking of religion, like we talk about anything else, the Ohio governor signed a bill expanding religious freedom in school. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, signed a bill into law expanding the religious freedom for students in a public school that was criticized by the American Civil Liberties Union, or the ACLU for short. The Student Religious Liberties Act, introduced by Republican Representative Tim Ginter in March 2019, passed with a near unanimous vote and was signed Friday. We were seeing increased pressure on our schools from groups biased against Ohio students' religious freedoms, Ginter said in a statement. Many schools officials are confused and frankly intimidated by the threat of litigation from these well-funded groups. There are a lot of students who testified before their house and the committees to help this bill get passed. And I think it was an absolutely necessary thing because they were being excluded from yearbooks and they weren't really allowed to have facilities for meetings, at least not the same access to that a secular group would have, which is absolutely ridiculous and a clear violation of your First Amendment rights. No student should have to hide their faith just because they enter a public school. And that is a quote from Aaron Bayer, president of Citizens for Community Values, a conservative group that advocates for school choice. That's what he said. So there are a lot of critics of the bill, and the critics of the bill say it could allow students to avoid penalties for scientifically wrong answers if those happen to conform with their religious beliefs. And I guess all science that contradicts the Bible has never really been proven. Evolution, not proven at all. There's no evidence for it whatsoever. In fact, they've been making up evidence for it for a very long time. And even history is very arbitrary. They don't know the dates for when anything happened. They know that a lot of these things happen, they just don't know when. Take Egyptian history, for example. Those dates are finicky at best. They're just assuming how long people lived, and then that's how they calculate where things go. And when you put those calculations up against other surrounding areas, none of those dates match up at all. So all history should be taken with a grain of salt. All science that has to do with things before humans were alive has to be taken with a grain of salt because we don't know. You can assume, for example, calculus was literally made just to prove physics. Am I denying physics exists? Absolutely not. But that is exactly what it is. These are just man-made things to rationalize what they see and how they think the world works. They aren't anything else but that. So Gary Daniels, chief lobbyist with the ACLU of Ohio, questioned if a student could use it as a get-out-of-jail-free card for turning in biology homework, saying the Earth is just 10,000 years old and not get penalized, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's completely idiotic that would even happen. Homework in general is just all fake, but there is no proof that the Earth is more than 10,000 years old, just as there is no proof that the Earth is 10,000 years old other than the people who see it. Dinosaurs, for example. If dinosaurs were around for millions of years, we would have millions of bones at least. But we have very few. Um, it's just take everything with a grain of salt, is what I'm saying. Christians really need to work on our discernment, which we will get into in the life advice. Hello. Thank you for watching this video by Life with Christ. If you enjoyed this video, please consider commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you, and God be with you.